The reason that I don't just use this is because I like. I mean, I really do like the temperate beaches and stuff, but when I'm doing an island, I prefer the tropical beaches, but still using the temperate trees. Anyway, I'm gonna do a small map and 1-to-1 on this because I prefer. I might do 1-to-2, just so I can have a few slightly longer runs going up and down the map. I don't know, but and I am doing a custom map here instead of just generating one, just simply because I I do like to be able to place in towns a little bit more custom, as you'll probably see. Yeah, and I do tend to wind up with quite a lot of towns placed in my map. I'll try not to go too overboard, but I like to have a really big, like, central city with like 2 or 3 towns actually making it up so that I can have all of the goods going into that city. And then I like to run out a central hub from there. And I also like to have that basically be like I do something very similar to the one depot challenge, except generally for me it winds up being, for trains at least, 2 depot because I will frequently have one going each direction. Although in my last custom map, I actually put my main town at one end of the map rather than in the middle, and was able to get away with basically having it be a terminus station with turnaround loops and a single depot that could service the entire map, which actually worked out fairly well. So I don't know. With islands, I think that's a little better, especially if you want to include a big harbor, because you need to be on the water, and with an island, the water is on the outside rather than, just a river going through the middle. So you really can't do a middle big city. But yeah. Anyway, I'm probably going to use my minimal editing skills to cut out this loading screen. And I also might actually use my minimal editing skills to split this into 3 bits and actually put the building of the map before, before all the mods and stuff, because I'm realizing now that that got really rambly, and I don't think I want to chase people off with that. But who knows? I might just do my usual thing and put in a massive lump of raw, unedited footage, because I am not exactly a video editor. I am, as I said, a broke high school student who, didn't feel justified in spending $35 on a game just to play it for himself. But yeah, I mean, even if I do never actually monetize, though, I think it is worth it, just because, like, I have like 8 subscribers right now, 4 of them fairly recent. And it's like, even if, only a few of them ever actually watch my stuff, ever actually enjoy it, I'm fine with that. It's, better than not doing this at all. And wow, it seems to have actually loaded a bit quicker than usual. Um, I'm betting that a lot of the graphics card use OBS does that slows the game down so much is in the streaming, which is another reason that I'm looking at potentially trying to get better at editing, because as much as I like the real-time feedback of a stream and the atmosphere of it, until I have enough people actively watching me, it might not be worth it. I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, as usual, if this bit gets edited in, which it might be at the very end, if you have any feedback on the way I do things, I'm currently small enough that I am perfectly willing to cater to the tastes of an individual viewer. So please tell me in the comments anything you would like me to change, and there's a non-zero chance that I will. But yeah, if there we go. So yeah. So No, we want. Oh, I forgot about. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's something I would actually really, really like to change. Is that in this? Okay, you select your graphical style, right? And in the map maker, it then forces your generator to follow the generator for that graphical style. Whereas in the main bit, when you're just starting a new game, it lets you do whatever. Like, you can have a graphical style that doesn't match the generation. And I would like to be able to like go back in and change the graphical style after I generate a map. So like I can do this, and it still will have all those settings I did, but it's generating the tropical maps. And honestly, I kind of like this. I could be, I don't know. Yeah, I could probably build that up a bit more. Maybe expand out into that little islandy area there with that land bridge, and try and chase my town that way a little bit. Oh, actually, that actually reminds me. No, first things first. I actually kind of like this. I'm gonna. Oh, frick. Well, I guess I'm not gonna copy that C. Meant to do Control C instead. I did Shift C. Yeah. I'm actually gonna go back and I'm gonna search the workshop for a specific mod. It's one that lets you have a single city request more different things. Let's see, browse items. But yeah, because I found that with the 3 cities thing, one city would like corner another one, and then it wouldn't work as well. So I think. It might be that. Let's see, closer render distance, further render distance. No. So that one gives. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna grab the, and this says that one. And then I can go in and use the thing to set it to, because let's see. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go into, let's see. But yeah, I'm gonna grab this because theoretically I can have, with luck, I can have this on and then set in the non-main cities 4 of the 6 items to be the same as the other 2, which will let me have just my main city have a ton of different stuff, but all my other cities be normal in that they only request a couple of things. Because I like having everything accepted at my main city. So yeah, we're gonna do this, and I think I'm gonna max the mainland just to see what that does. So I do want a decent bit of buildings. Ooh, no, that's not what I wanted. Not at all. It just makes it be all land. Yeah, I think I would like, when I do this, yeah, I like at least one on an island. Although I think I'm going to reduce the mainland even further, because I want to be able to get ships around all of it if I'm going to do an island map. Yeah, that's looking pretty promising. If I get, yep, and I got a city out and a few industries out there on the island, so I'm going to have to ship to those initially and then train to them, and then I could use either. I think I'll probably use that peninsula as my base of operations, because I should only have one thing that's going backwards out of it, and all the rest of my lines I can fan out forward. And I'm also gonna, instead of what I did in my previous one, I'm gonna try and do the cargo station a bit differently. I'm gonna keep the cargo and the passenger stations a little more separated in a although I might still put them together, but I'm definitely gonna have provision for a lot more cargo tracks, because in the last game I had like, by the end I had like so many trains that even with half the cargo tracks having trains coming in from both sides of the station being split in the middle, it still wasn't enough. And then I started having length issues, and it was just a nightmare. And because of the fact that I plopped it right in the middle of the city, I couldn't put any more on without just leveling everything. I really didn't want to do that, especially because with the way I'd mixed the city, I had an increased chance of accidentally fully wiping out one of the various building types in the city. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with this, because I find medium industry tends to be the best balance, and then I tend to go in and rebalance it a little more, adding additional industries to make sure that every chain is fully filled. And I like very high towns because I like having the ability to have a proper passenger hub. Oop, what did it change? Oh, it cranked the mainland back all the way up. No, I didn't say all the way up. I believe this is what it was on. And I like a good amount of hilliness. That gives some challenge for that. And I like a good amount of forest. Just out of curiosity, let's see what happens if I turn the islands up a bit. Okay, so yeah, those are become a bit big, and that I do like where that one town was. So I'm gonna turn the islands back down, which hopefully I believe that's the setting I'd had it on. Although actually, I'm just gonna see, because usually when it does this, it just stretches everything. So I'm gonna see, is the stuff in the same places but just more stretched when I do that? Or oh no, well, that certainly did something interesting. And this one, we actually have two big islands that are completely disconnected. And I could do a middle one, although nah. I'm gonna do this. This is stretched enough that, like I can have like a like I'm probably gonna have like a smaller hub like up on one of those peninsulas that will ship back and forth between those four industries in that town, and I'm gonna have trains that go there, and there, and then probably shorter shuttles between there, maybe there, and there, and then also maybe there or there. Anyway, yeah, this is enough to have fun with, but not so much that it's just gonna, murder my PC. So yeah, and I'm gonna go into here, and I'm gonna come down, show loading order. No, that's not gonna help. Let's see. That one that I just grabbed for demands should be in here. So there we go. Expanded cargo demands. And I'm going to say that's the first one to load because it says it wants it to be early. So yeah. And this is going to add a bunch of demands to everything, but I can go in and remove most of them. I'm going to. I'd like to do an 1855 start if it would let me, just simply because, Now, I'll do an 1850 start because I do have a few of the really early locomotives that are only available for the first couple of years that I'd like to potentially show you guys. As I try not to pull in any locomotives that aren't going to be able to last me a while, but if I can get, you know, a couple of really short shuttle things going that are fine operating at like, you know, 40 kilometers an hour or less, then I might. But I also might just show them to you guys in the depot, but not actually buy them. I don't know. But yeah, the actual oh wait, I meant to turn on the unlimited cost thing because I'm gonna be doing, well, I can pull it up, save it, and then load it with the unlimited costs. But yeah, because right now what I'm doing, I'm not actually gonna start playing. I'm gonna play this in the stream, which I'm intending to do at 3. But I'm gonna upload this so that you guys can go back and watch me making this map and look at all the decisions I'm making and all of that nice stuff. And, you know, just as it, yeah, I'm gonna need to restart my computer and get rid of that. And yeah, shortly here, I'm gonna restart my computer, get rid of this little pop-up. It's been sitting there blank for a couple of days now for my email client. Ugh. Okay, but anyway, so apparently that demands mod hasn't actually kicked in. Well, that's annoying. Well, I think I'm gonna use this map and seed anyway, but I guess I am, if I want the all the demands, I'm gonna have to do it the manual way again. But while we have this up, I'm gonna do a quick tour of the map, just as it look things over, probably rebalance the industries, and then I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna load it again with the unlimited. Actually, oh no, I need to balance the industries after I put in the unlimited money, but I'll just do some planning for now though. So this is actually kind of convenient in a lot of ways. So these guys, they want goods, and we have all the end stuff, the goods chain here. And so, yeah. Oh, yeah, and another thing that I'm going to do, because with the way the mod loading orders happened, as much as I absolutely love these brick spanning bridges, there is such a thing as too many of them. And that is although that appears to be the only pre-generated bridge on the entire map. So it's just the one, but I am going to go in and change that to be one of the wooden bridges, because that makes a little more sense for the 1850 AI to have put in, especially for a massive one like that. Just, you know, it makes sense that they would use the cheapest thing for, you know, connecting to this one little town. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be kind of nice. I'm probably going to wind up, as the game progresses, with a probably harbors. I might actually try and see if I can do a single harbor that's on both sides and get a connection to here with a warehouse building and a couple of big docks going down that way. Then also build across and put in some big docks here with road connections that I can connect to that. Those two will need to shuttle with something that I can connect to that one, and to that one, maybe. Well, actually, no, I'd probably, because I'm going to be shipping into there. So I think I'll probably want to have two separate ones. One, I don't know. I'll figure that out later. That's probably not where I'm going to start. But yeah, that's a great place though for putting in a nice harbor. And we've got all around there. At some point, I might put a channel in there, although I don't think it would actually help me too much more than going around there. I am definitely going to need a channel here, because my main harbor is going to be either up there, or maybe there is where my main shipping harbor is going to be, and I want easy access to the entire map from it. That's probably going to wind up being a channel eventually. The rest of it, though, I don't think I'm going to do any major necessary terraforming. See, I think another thing that I like to plan out in the early game is a good starting route. You know, something that I can just set up right from the get-go and just run in order to get me some of the early game cash. And I'm actually not seeing any really good early game. You know, that might be. Yeah, and when I, go in and lay the stuff out so that city is bulked up with all the resources, I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and, like in the last one I did, I had it on the peninsula. It was like city, 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 and only that one could really expand outward. I think in this one I'm going to do like that one, and then I'm going to put like another one here, and then another one here maybe. So, and they're going to be, fairly closed in by a lot of the rail line stuff. And because I do want, I think I'm going to do like maybe cargo harbor here with like a couple of big stations over in this, big cargo stations over in this area. And then I might put in the other city more back here, and that one will be the main one that's expanding down. And then I'll put it, yeah. And then that one will probably get rid of at least those fields. It's gonna be a bit of a pain, but I do like to protect the fields by what I'll do. And I probably want to get a gravel track mod for this, but what I like to do is I'll run track like right alongside it, like that, or actually a little closer than that, like that. No, without that collision, but like that, so that it like basically, since buildings and roads can't build over my tracks, I surround the fields in railroad track, but then the city won't flatten them. And then if I remove the railroad track after the city has, fully expanded into the area, and especially if I, straighten that out a little bit so that houses won't flatten that one, that'll just protect those fields a bit more, so that they'll still be there after the city's built up. I think those three there, I'm just going to let those be flattened. But yeah, I think that the best early game thing, especially once I have everything in here, is probably logs to planks to tools, and then run that back in to my main city. Is probably the only decent starter route, just simply because, food is there, and that's the nearest field, with, all the fields are pretty far away from food. The stone is pretty far away from the bricks. The oil wells, the oil wells are all very far from the refinery. Both the refineries. I mean, that's nice. Oil wells are pretty far away. So yeah, I think I'm going to start with a somewhat less profitable tools route. And in terms of balancing the industries, we're going to need another oil well. We've got 1, 2, 3. We need 4. Provide 2 for that, 2 for that. And then, let's see. So, we've got 2 steel mills with 3 of each. So we'll need another coal and another iron. But I believe 2 steel mills are enough. Yeah, 1 for there and 1 for there, I believe. And then, let's see, for planks, So consumers, we've got 2 places that want them. 4 of these, that's enough to supply for 2. So as long as there are exactly 2 lumber mills, which there are, so that's already balanced. And then we've got 1 construction materials, 1 stone. So yeah, we'll need an oil well, a coal mine, and an iron mine, and that'll balance everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reload this. Okay, so firstly, with my characteristic thing, I forgot to turn off and start up OBS for that. So that's gonna make my editing slightly more of a pain. Secondly, we now have unlimited money mod turned on, and I forgot to do that, so I'm just gonna do this the cheaty way, and I'm gonna just make my taskbar a little bit bigger. Okay, that got rid of it completely. I wonder if I can make my taskbar smaller again now. Oh, nope, it's still there. Well, anyway, we'll just pretend that's not a thing, and go on our merry way. So, firstly, balancing the industries. I need 1, also farming. We've got 1 of those, so we need 4 farms. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's balanced too. So yeah, we need 1 more iron ore, 1 more coal, and 1 more oil well, I believe it was. So we need 1 of these somewhere, and I like to double these up, basically have it be, rather than like making a new mine somewhere, that 1 of the existing ones just expanded their operation. Part of me wants to do it over here, like right by the main hub, because that would just make life kind of easy for me, but that's also doesn't look the best for a place for coal to be mined. So I think I'm going to try and do one that's, like, really all of them are kind of just in the middle of nowhere. So, I don't know, that would, let's see. So if I did that, that would probably give me a direct connection to both the harbor and potentially even the cargo train station for both of these. But it would also, give me a little less room to force my city down here. But, no. Let's see. So, as long as I can still squeeze stuff through there and back behind it, like doing that maybe. Yeah, that actually wouldn't be too bad. And then if we connect those up, and, well, no, it won't. So yeah, and I do want to, actually, I might just, because I want to be able to have, like, a main road that goes down to this bit of the city. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just have 1 front road for both of those. And I'll leave enough room there that if I wanted to upgrade that, I can. For now, though, it's just going to be that. And I'm actually probably going to leave that as a road in my city, just because why not? Let's see, we need another iron, so let's see, we could do that one. We've got 2 there. And once again, none of the mines or the stone one are really in good places to have mines. I don't know. You know what? I think that I'm not very big on the way this map placed in all this stuff, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to remove the quarry. I mean, I kind of like how it was nestled in there, but I'm going to remove the quarry from there. I'm going to put in an iron mine because there's a lot of iron mines already in this area here. So clearly, at least in the game's mind, this is a good place for iron ore. And then I'm going to put the the quarry in a place where there's, you know, actually stone instead of flat ground near sea level. Because, I don't know, that's just kind of eh. To me, but anyway, that'll do. And that doesn't look too bad, although I did like the way the road had kind of conformed to the quarry. And actually putting it over here would actually make a lot more sense in a variety of ways, because that's actually a great place for a quarry, and would also explain why the brickworks was here and give me a good starting line. Usually I try not to place these based on what gives good starter lines, but in this case, it just, where the quarry stuff was did not make any sense, and putting it right here makes sense in a variety of ways, both gamey and non-gamey. So yeah, I'm going to put this in here. I'm probably going to go ahead and smooth out that a little bit. But yeah, that makes a lot more sense, that like the quarry is, you know, quarrying stone from over here in this mountain. Look, I'm going to smooth off those jaggedy bits a little. Not a lot, just that's enough. Like, sheer is good, but those, you know, jags are not great looking. Yeah. And that one I can actually probably run with just a little roundy round tram or truck service pretty easily. The one I like to call station extenders, because that's what I usually use them for. Actually, kind of cool. No, sure, why not? I actually kind of like that. They mined it their way through into this little bowl, and sure, why not? I mean, yeah, why not? It's probably the best. Anyway, just making double sure. Suppliers 3, we need 4. So clearly in the game that's a bit of a oil field, so I'm just gonna take another one and spin it for a bit to get a nice random orientation. Spin, 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 and not looking, and boom. There we go, a nice randomly placed oil well in this little oil fieldsy area. And that's all of the map rebalancing that needs to be done. And then at some point I'm going to get the gravel train track so that this, yeah, like the one that's just gravel, in order to make this look a little better. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use regular plain old train track, and I'm just going to come all the way out a little past it so I can make a level crossing there. And then I'm going to trim off the ends, and it'll border these fields and keep the town from messing them up. And that one's almost kind of guaranteed to be enough. There's not really anything I can do about that. But this is good enough. It'll keep the town out of the bulk of the fields. And then I'm going to trim both the ends there. And yeah, and when I swap that over to gravel so that it doesn't actually have the track on it, it'll look a bit better. But that's a mod that I need to go dig out and find. Anyway, for now though, we want to grab additional towns and we'll drop. Let's see. That's where a lot of my major construction is going to be going in, is over there. But I definitely am going to want one that's going to start like over here. And probably one starting maybe... Yeah, because there is a decent amount of room to expand out down that way. So if I start one maybe there. Yeah, and obviously I'm going to wind up upping the size of these both through the editor and through bringing them goods. But anyway, let's see, let's change this one to ask for not goods, but actually no, we'll change that one to want goods, just simply because, or tools, because that's going to be a little more convenient. Well, actually, no, it really doesn't matter which, nah. I'm not going to edit the one that was already there, so we'll ask for tools here, and that one can go back to being goods, which says it is, but it hasn't updated in there. Goods. There we go. And then this one, instead of construction materials, will want fuel. And then I think that before I start, I'm going to get a nice arterial road going through here so that I don't have to spend a ton of money right at the beginning. And because of the way these have placed, I think it's going to come off of that, which is going to go down to that stuff, and it's going to come just right up through the middle. And then from there down to there, and it's going to carry on right through the middle of just about everything, and then it's going to go into that stuff which leaves the city. Yeah, and then we're probably going to wind up, as I build in, putting in another main road that's going to come out to a lot of my stuff, which is going to be probably, I'm probably going to do, like I said, a big harbor. I think I'm going to try and line it up with this so that, no, actually, I don't know, how much stuff would actually come into this city via ship? Let's see, it's already going to be a bit of a coal hub, although both the coal plants are closer to other things, so probably wouldn't bring anything in. I probably have, I probably have 2 coal going out, which I think I'm going to, instead of doing 2 harbors, plow a channel through there, so that they can, so I'll need 2 lines. And probably not much more than that, actually, so I actually won't need a huge harbor, but this is also going to be where my, brain dying, I just completely spaced the word, shipyard, there we go, is going to be, and I think I'm also going to have, a few small, like, ferry docks, like, probably, because I've done these before, but I'll show you guys how I do them again later. But I'm going to probably have like one here and just a couple around the coast of this city. And then I'm going to have my channel probably there. Then maybe a couple more, like one, probably just one as part of the big harbor area. Maybe I'll do like my ferry like here in this inlet, and then big docks along that section of straight coast, maybe, for big ships. Anyway, yeah, and I'm not actually going to use the editor on boosting the sizes of these. Actually, no, let's see, what is their current size? 90. I think I'm gonna do like 100, 100, 100. And then I might actually do a bit more than 100 on residential, just because I'd like to be able to do some nice passenger stuff. So maybe like 150 residential on. I can. No, that I'll do like 110 residential, 100 on the other two. And then this one is already slightly bigger, but 110, 100. No, not 1020, 100, and 100. There we go. And I think at this point, the rest of it, I'm basically just gonna leave, and then I'm gonna start the actual building stuff at like 3-ish today, my time. So yeah, I'm going to now save this, and then I'm gonna go try and edit this into a passable video or two. So yeah,